This is dream analysis. I just woke up and it was like there was a dream I had, and it was like Mega Man, but like that guy before Mega Man, he was a cartoon from the '60s in the Japanese. He could fly, and then it was like in the Matrix, or it was like Fallout 4, and the robots were dropping nukes into the ocean, like nuclear waste. And then the Japanese guy and this other guy were trying to capture some of the nuclear waste before they drop it in the ocean. And then we have to fly down there because there's a big thing that it like crushes it and turns it into electricity. So we're trying to capture the nuclear stuff before they blow it up. And then we capture this one, and there's nothing in it but a transistor or something. So we have to wait, and then it stops being the ocean, because initially it was going to be the ocean, like it's in the ocean, but somehow it just magically turns into like a big skyscraper subway area. So we have to wait around. There's three of us, and we have to wait, and we're going to do shifts. And one of us is going to watch, and then one of us is going to watch the other guy watching, and one of us is going to sleep. It's three people, and then it changes again. The dream changes again, and it's like a big skyscraper. And there's like Woody Harrelson in it, and he's like the guy from, he's like a lawyer, but he's like the same guy from, like, he's got the Texas thing, but he's like from that movie No Country for Old Men, but he's a lawyer. And then there's this other guy, Billy Bob Thornton's in there, and he's doing stuff, but he's like that lawyer guy too. And then from that TV show on Showtime or something, and then I thought we were trying to get nuclear waste to get power or some sort of transistor chip, and then we're going up and down these hallways, and Woody Harrelson, it's like, oh no, we got caught, because there's supposed to be some sort of alarm system. They'd be like, we're dropping stuff, and then one of us would go grab it before it got into the reactor, because they're trying to get stuff out of the stuff but I thought we were in the ocean. Initially there was this beautiful montage of like going down cartoon wise into the ocean, but that's the very beginning of the dream. And then so Woody Harrelson is in this big board meeting, and he's like trying to make an argument, and he's screaming, he's like, you were supposed to do something. And there's this guy in there, and then I'm jumping from table to table, and like there's all these papers, and there's this big guy making the decision. He's like, well, I'll give you a lot of money if you beat. And then Woody Harrelson or Billy Bob Thornton is like, we'll give you the product, but we won't give you the something, like the process. And then this other guy comes in. I think it might be the guy from what's his name? He's fat. It's not him though. No, it's the guy, Philip Seymour Hoffman. And he shakes his hand. He's like, you beat us. And then he starts crying, and then he goes to get some Cokes or something. And then I'm going in the back hallways, and because there was a party or a big, it was a big meeting, like a big meeting with Woody Harrelson. He was on our side, I think. And then the other guy was like, it was Billy Bob Thornton was on my side. And then there was this other guy, I think it was the guy from, it might have been the man from the High Castle, the guy who was the Stabler guy, but older. Not the Stabler guy from Office Space, but he was also in the Man in the High Castle. He was the Stabler guy, but he doesn't look like the Stabler guy anymore. He's more responsible looking. And then oh shit, what was this? And then so I'm jumping from table to table. I'm trying to give him these sheets of paper, and then Philip Seymour Hoffman's like, you beat us, and he cries, but he's like, sometimes you gotta lose. And then we're in the back of it's a big skyscraper thing, like a big lawyer CEO thingy, like CEO or big lawyer office, and they've got a bunch of Cokes, so someone's taking Cokes, and then it's like, and I'm like, man, I'm hungry. So, and then I go, and then Billy Thornton's like, hey, but he's playing like a bad Santa kind of lawyer guy, kind of like the Showtime guy. He's like, you should go in the bag, grab some stuff. There's probably some free food back there you can grab. And then I wake up. So that was an interesting dream. I have no fucking clue what that dream was about, because it jumped like a motherfucker. The beginning of it was like stealing nuclear stuff from robots who were polluting the ocean, because initially the radiation was just going right into the ocean, and then that turned into like the Mega Man guy before Mega Man in the '60s. He would open it up, and he could fly, so he was flying down to catch it before it. But somehow the ocean didn't end up being in the ocean anymore, and then there was that Woody Harrelson character. He was kind of like a Texas lawyer, kind of Texas. He was a middleman. He was an assassin in that one movie, but it was like that Texas vibe. And then, but Billy Bob Thornton was the. And then I have no clue what that shit was about. That dream jumped around like a motherfucker, man. Those dreams do not connect together. And there was a dream before that, because I went back to sleep. There was a dream before that. I don't remember what that dream was about, because it was. I went back to sleep, and I should have written it down. But even this dream, it was pretty cool, because it was like, I was jumping from table to table, and I had all these sheets of paper, and then. And at the very end, the guy was like, sometimes you gotta lose. And then the one guy had like Coca-Cola, and then it was grabbing Coca-Colas out of the place. That was pretty cool. And I was hungry, so I wanted to like steal from the lawyer place, because they had a big party. They were doing a big board meeting. There was a big board, like they had called a board meeting, and Woody Harrelson was kind of the spy in the company or something, and he knew what was going on, and that's why, because I was going down these stairs. And I had to like run down these 3 stair sets or something, and then it was like a big open area, and then I was jumping from table to table, and then Woody Harrelson was trying to make some sort of case, and they're like, you're da 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 da, and then I have no fucking clue what any of this is about. I apologize, but it was sort of a real. I think that was a real dream, but in hindsight, I don't know what any of it meant. So, but it was a dream with Woody Harrelson and some other stuff in it. So.